I'm Dr. Varuni Koskalana from the Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya. I will be presenting our findings from a collaborative workshop conducted with the Graduate School of Medicine, Hokkaido University, Japan. We conducted a comparative policy analysis of Sri Lanka and Japan, focusing on community engagement in national climate change responses. This presentation includes the background, objective, methods, results, and conclusions of our findings. Being island nations, both Sri Lanka and Japan are disproportionately vulnerable to climate change impacts, despite a lower contribution to greenhouse gas emissions, that is 2% by Japan and 0.07% by Sri Lanka. According to the Notre Dame Global Adaptation Initiative, Japan ranks 54th and Sri Lanka 125th in climate vulnerability. Climate change has resulted in more frequent and extreme weather conditions. Cyclones, known as typhoons in the West Pacific Ocean, are frequent in Japan, occurring around 18 in a year. While in Sri Lanka, they are much rare, we cannot forget the recent effects of Ditwa, which affected many areas of the country, not sparing the University of Peradeniya. Extreme rainfall, floods, and landslides occur hand in hand with these storms, as well as in less extreme conditions. Rising temperature with heat waves and prolonged droughts also affect both countries, with Sri Lanka facing worse impacts due to its vulnerability. Effects on agriculture are well worth notice. While Japan has identified poor quality of products such as rice as a challenge, Sri Lanka faces a higher challenge as agriculture is their main livelihood. Sea level rise, coastal erosion, loss of biodiversity, and ecosystem degradation affect both countries. Loss of lives and displacement is another devastating effect. The key vulnerable sectors identified by the national policy documents of the two countries are quite similar and include agriculture, fisheries, water, coastal areas, human health, and citizen lives. The United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change was the principal global treaty for coordinating international responses to climate change. Sri Lanka and Japan, both a part of this, have established policy frameworks to mitigate and adapt to the impacts of climate change. However, their approaches to community engagement differ due to contrasting socio-economic, environmental, and governance contexts. Community engagement is a way of working with traditional community, civil society, government, and opinion groups and leaders that facilitate their active participation in addressing the issues that affect their lives, with a focus on increasing the participation, collaboration, and voice of communities for more effective results. The objective of our study was to compare the integration of community engagement within national climate change policies of Sri Lanka and Japan, and to identify the key strengths and gaps in the two countries. We conducted a policy analysis using the Walt and Gilson's Health Policy Triangle framework, which includes the context, content, process, and actors. We looked at official national policies, adaptation plans, and strategies published within the last decade, following a search on the Overton database. The key documents identified include national climate change policies, adaptation plans, strategies and acts, impact assessment reports, and nationally determined contributions. In context, or the situation of the two countries, Japan supports community engagement through strong infrastructure, reliable climate information, and active municipal governments. However, aging communities and urban concentration limits community participation. Sri Lanka benefits from a strong social network, close community environment relationships. However, limited financial resources and uneven access to climate information constrain action. In content, Japan embeds community roles within legally mandated local adaptation plans and public information platforms. For example, they have a website called the Climate Change Adaptation Information Platform, or APLAT, which has a separate section for adaptation for individuals and communities. As a minor weakness, there is limited emphasis on vulnerable groups, such as elderly living alone. Sri Lanka promotes awareness campaigns, community-based ecosystem monitoring, and nature-based livelihoods, but lacks binding provisions to empower communities beyond participation. As processors, Japan uses structured coordination between national and local governments, although with a higher level of reliance on technology. Sri Lanka also has coordination between national bodies and regional climate cells, but the bottoms-up approaches remain uneven due to local capacity gaps. Considering the actors in Japan, multi-stakeholder networks formalize citizen roles, whereas Sri Lanka relies strongly on non-governmental organizations and informal groups, resulting in actors with high interest but low power. In conclusion, community engagement remains central to climate action in both countries. While Japan needs to overcome structural barriers to participation, Sri Lanka must strengthen binding provisions and financial support to translate community strengths into resilient national action. I would like to acknowledge Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya and Graduate School of Medicine, Hokkaido University, Japan, and my co-authors who contributed to this study. I also thank the Sri Lanka-Japan Collaborative Research Conference 2025 for giving us the opportunity to present our research findings. Thank you.